Here's a little hope for your day, because you probably need it. Bruh, the headlines this weekend felt like a rope burn. The US and Israel launched a coordinated military campaign against Iran, including strikes across multiple cities and the reported deaths of senior leaders. Among the hardest reports was news that a primary school filled with children was directly hit, killing and injuring students. That's real pain. That's real loss. That's the kind of headline that makes your soul tighten. But even inside that darkness, there are threads of light playing out in ways that matter, because light doesn't disappear when bad things scream. It just gets quieter and more human. And we have to see it to keep it alive. That's our job, keeping that light alive. Across the country, our country, everyday people are organizing. In Minnesota, New York, Chicago, DC, large peace rallies and vigils formed this weekend that weren't just about venting. They were about calling for diplomacy, calling for restraint, calling for human solutions instead of endless escalation. It wasn't fringe voices. It was clergy and veterans and students and families, people demanding that policy prioritize peace and civilian protection. And community peace groups have mobilized letter-writing campaigns, coordinated calls to the members of Congress, and to set up interfaith events designed to bridge divides instead of widen them. Because they believe, not blindly, but strategically, that public pressure for negotiation can shape the choices that leaders make, and that matters. Ordinary humans choosing cooperation over escalation. Ordinary humans saying, we want peace grounded in accountability and truth. And even amid the violence, constructive threads are emerging. European leaders, France, Germany, the UK, they have publicly urged restraint and negotiation instead of perpetual escalation, reminding everyone that diplomacy still belongs at this table. International organizations and legal scholars reaffirm that schools are protected under international humanitarian law, and harming civilians must be avoided, pressuring governments to rethink about civilian safety, not just military objectives. And within U.S. public opinion, polling is showing significant pushback against escalation, meaning more Americans think diplomacy and negotiation should be the path forward than the deeper conflict. That's not hype. That's people choosing humanity over hysteria. Terrible things happen in warfare. Children have been harmed. People have been harmed. We should feel that. But hope isn't in denial. Hope is in people demanding diplomacy instead of escalation, communities organizing for peace instead of panic, leaders remembering that civilians aren't collateral objects, citizens choosing humanity even while watching horror. That's real. That's human. And that's the kind of light that doesn't just flicker. It persists. And now for your hashtag peace trolling. It's unhinged but loving, because that fire that you feel burning in you, we're going to let it burn into the light, bringing everything up. May your voice become so loud for peace that war has to step aside just to hear itself think. May your integrity be so unshakable that confusion retreats when you speak. May your compassion be so infectious that apathy has to find a new hobby. May your grounded presence disrupt chaos more effectively than outrage ever could. And may every heart that seeks violence discover again and again that peace rooted in accountability and human dignity is the hardest force to defeat. Because even now, love still lives here. Light will prevail.